At any second now, according to this thing, it says we're live now.
All right.
So,
Hello.
all right. Well, I want to thank everybody that was patiently waiting, which that doesn't include Jeff or Brandon or.
All right.
Oh,
I
wait
can
up.
chat over here.
Hold on. There we go. I had my I had the actual
Are we
YouTube
live?
site open. Yeah, we're live. We're live.
Okay.
I'm just fumbling around with buttons. No, it's because the last stream. Oh, there we go. That's why I wanted to do this because last stream I wasn't able to. Okay, I can't do it from here. Definitely have to do it on this side. I like to moderate all the people that are in the chat because it makes it easy if they want to check out other people's channels. And last time I didn't have the opportunity. Like right now, Keith, I need to moderate him because he doesn't have a wrench. Oh,
Well, Alex gifted 5 memberships.
yeah, I'm just looking at that. I was about to click on Keith and then that popped up. So hold on, Keith. I'm coming. Let me see. All right. But thank you,
I
Alex.
am really bad. I think it'd be better if I come. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
That's okay.
Do what you need to do. And let me see Auntie K. Let me make sure she gets a wrench. So that's good that we'll let Chris be able to do what he needs to do, and then gives me a little bit of an opportunity to get caught up and make sure I'm. It's just, to me, it just makes it way easier because I'm real curious, especially when I see a new name pop up in the chats.
Yeah.
I like to go see if they have obviously they have a channel. What I look for is if it's a channel where they're going to be posting content. And Sonny, I didn't realize Sonny didn't have a wrench. Sorry, Sonny. You should have had a wrench a long time ago.
And Chris's wife Karen is in, his moderator.
Yeah. All right. Oh, let's get her a wrench. Don't be.
Yeah, I like being able to go to everybody's pages too, and it always catches me off guard when I'm somewhere where I don't have a wrench and I try to click on somebody and it's like block this person. No, dang it. Not what I wanted.
Yeah, well, but that's kind of funny too, though.
Yeah.
I'd see his sinister sister in.
Spinster sister.
Spinster sister. Yeah, there she is. Let me get her. Jeff was telling me to get her in, so that's taken care of. I know there was like three or four people yesterday. Not yesterday, but the last time we were live.
Yeah.
That I didn't catch till like the very end, and I wasn't able to moderate everybody. I think that's everybody. If you don't have a wrench, just kind of type in there, and I'll catch it as we progress. So now we're just waiting. Oh, there he is. He's waiting on me.
There we go.
Are we waiting on Chris? I was like, no, he's waiting on me.
Please tell me we don't have a bad echo.
No,
you sound good.
All right, awesome. Okay. Well, hi, everybody.
Hello.
This is the first time I see you on a live, Chris.
It's been a long time. It's my first time ever on a FishTube live for sure. And so, yep, you're grabbing another cherry here. Everybody comes on.
Cherry.
Everybody comes on your show first.
Well, I'm glad that they accept, because I know that's the biggest hurdles, having that first time to go live. It's always a little bit nerve-wracking, and I do appreciate the people that, for everybody that's accepted, because it's not easy to do the very first time, because you don't know what to expect.
I literally just ran around trying to get my computer working, so I totally feel those nerves the first time. But I'm not scared of this community. I love these guys.
Now I'm trying to remember. I know. I want to say, was it in KG Tropicals the first time I think I remember seeing your handle?
Well, I was Mobe Rasta for many years. Okay. And that's a Jamaica thing. And So yeah, that was probably about the first time I used my real name. So
it's either that or it was with Ben Ochart.
Yeah, I've been watching both of those guys for forever.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking it's more probably Ben on Saturday mornings because there's a lot less names on there that are regulars. And
Yeah.
I remember. I think that's where I remember seeing you first. The first time we ever said hi, I think it was on Ben's live stream. Let me get Lara taken care of.
Definitely happy to be here, man. I respect you a lot, and you do a lot for us.
Well, yeah, absolutely do.
I don't know about all that, but I love meeting new people. So I just like talking to people, period. Especially if they're in the fish hobby, it just makes it that much more fun because you have more you can talk about and connect with, and it just makes it easier. It takes that awkwardness of starting a conversation with somebody when one, you've kind of become familiar with them by seeing them in other chats, and then just I don't know. It just, to me, it always seems like it's a lot easier to make those connections because of the hobby.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But we're here because of you guys. And more specifically, your guys' new venture, your business venture. And I know you were on was it Drop the Mic, or was it on
Mic Drop?
Yeah, Mic Drop, or was it on his Sunday stream?
It was on the Wednesday stream, the Mic Drop.
Okay, and you kind of were talking a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. I purposely didn't listen because I kind of wanted to. I might ask you stuff that you probably already answered.
That's okay.
But I knew you were coming on, and I kind of wanted to make sure that I, kind of, for the people that didn't see that live stream, might still have the same questions that I do. And so that's why I saw you were there. I said hi, and then I said, you know what? If I sit here and listen, then I don't know what I'm going to ask them when they come on my channel. But my biggest thing is, how did the connection happen? Because I know you're in Iowa and you're in the East Coast somewhere, right, Chris?
Yeah, I'm in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. There's a mandatory evacuation 15 miles south of me for storm surge, so I'm hoping they don't extend it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I heard they're expecting 3 feet of storm surge at least.
Right, and a little bit more even further south.
Yeah.
So once you cross that bridge on the Hatteras Island, it's only one highway. You can't get on or off if it starts overwashing. So,
great. Well, I guess if you're gonna evacuate, do it before Saturday.
There you go. But Eastern North Carolina on the coast, 30 miles out in the ocean. I had put an offer in on a church outside of Indianapolis that I was going to convert into my house and into a fish business.
Oh, okay.
And during that time, me and Jodi kind of connected, and we're just talking about, the fish industry and the, business and stuff. The church deal fell through. They went with a local buyer. They didn't feel comfortable going with someone, 1,000 miles away. And Jodi and Sean, her husband, she said at first it came as a text, would love to go into business with you or have a part of this. And from there, it went to looking for properties all over the place. And Jodi was going to be a partner, but, maybe not be involved day to day. And I was frustrated. We just couldn't find a place close to her with even a couple hours of her. And they called me and they're like, look, we got a temporary solution. We have basically brand new building, and it's a gorgeous building that, you can use for the next, say, year. And it was awesome. And they've been so amazing to work with. Like, they have connections in every single industry. I was like, we need a water sprinkler guy. Sean's like, I got a guy who's a water sprinkler, it's a water sprinkler company. The tanks, shipping the tanks, it was $7,500 just to ship the tanks. They totally got rid of that by going and picking the tanks up themselves. Had the trailers, had the trucks, had the skid steer. it's been amazing to work with them. Things have flown by, and things that were huge problems for me, not knowing I've always been in the sales side of the industry. It's made everything so easy, man. Her husband, Sean, I call him our super problem solver because he's awesome. But yeah, so I've been in Eastern North Carolina to take care of my mother. I lost her last summer, and I'm 51 years old now. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. And I want to do a fish business the way I've always wanted it to be done. So super excited. And Jodi being a part of this has been so exciting because she's just such a nice person. So yeah, that's how it came about.
So, but even going further back, how did you and Jodi meet?
I mean, through YouTube first, and then it was actually on the Flip Aquatics Discord. I mentioned something about my blue Glarus, and Chris is like, well, send me a video of them. Okay. And that was kind of the start of it.
Right. And then it was just talking back and forth.
Yeah.
So you guys have known each other for quite some time now, or?
Relatively not all that long, but
right. I knew who she was through the fish tube community, but I would say it's only been about 6 months that we've been really talking.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Yeah, it came about really quick.
So are you gonna move closer to the area, Chris, or are you staying in East Carolina?
Oh no, Jodi has been looking at houses. I've been out there once and looked at a bunch of houses and just didn't find anything. Jodi's been looking, and Sean have been doing video tours for me, and we got a couple tomorrow. But yeah, I'm hoping to be out there very, very soon.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the things I was asking Jodi before we went on live, I'm curious because I'm pretty sure everybody's going to have the same question. Do you guys have a website for the business, or is that something that's still in progress?
We're working on it right now. That's my big task right now, is working on that. But yeah, it'll be tropicalfishco.com.
Okay.
And we already own the domains and that kind of stuff. We're working on the back end right now, getting everything ready.
Okay. Yeah, because so as of right now, obviously you guys are still not in business selling stuff, right? People can't place orders just yet.
No. We're hoping to have shortly after the clash, hoping to have our first order of fish in, and we'll still have quarantine to go through and all that, but we'll be hopefully up and running and fish for sale soonish after the clash.
We'll have the website up before then so people can sign up for notifications and emails. But yeah, so hopefully, beginning of the beginning of November, hopefully we'll have fish for sale. Maybe a little bit earlier than that. It just depends on that initial quarantine. And hopefully we'll be able to buy some stuff from some fish family members, some hobbyist breeders. And I doubt those will need quarantine as long. But quarantine is a big part of what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, I noticed. What was it? A couple of days ago, I guess, Jodi, you went live where you were kind of giving people an update as to how the setup's coming along and stuff like that. Right now, I know this is all tentative, but are you guys in my words are escaping me. Are you guys on path to meet the deadline that you guys have set for yourselves, or are you guys a little bit behind or ahead of schedule?
I think we're on track.
I think we're right on schedule.
Yeah, right now we'll have probably 170 ish tanks that we have spots for at the moment. We plan to have 250 up and running when all is said and done. But I think in order to meet that 6-week deadline, well, less than 6 weeks now, but it'll be about 170 tanks that we'll have up and running, and then we can finish building the racks and add the rest of the tanks as we go.
And except for a couple days where we had some help, they've done it. Sean and Jodi have done all of the building themselves.
Yeah, and I have to give
people
props to my husband because he's out there every day, even when I can't be.
But that's why we went back. 170 tanks is doable. The 250 tanks was not with just him doing the construction. So 170 tanks, and then hopefully, I'll be there by that time, and then I can help construct the rest of it.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys decided basically how many of those tanks are actually going to be quarantine tanks, or is it something that's always going to be changing based on what the inventory is?
It'll be changing, but we're going to go one species per tank.
Yeah.
So we can always, any tank can be a quarantine tank.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's one of the difficult choices to make. There's a lot of businesses out there that exist currently. What are you guys going to do to make it different so that, what's going to set you apart from the other businesses that are currently up and running right now?
I think importing our own fish will be a big part of that.
He hit the back button.
Yeah. So importing will be a part of it. Buying from hobbyist breeders will be a part of it. But Chris has been making a lot of connections with exporters. So the goal is to not have all the same fish that everybody else has coming in at the same time. Because you notice, there will be 6 or 7 different websites that are all listing the exact same fish. We don't want to do it that way either.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
No,
that's all right. So I was just saying that we'll be importing, buying from hobbyists, and then that you've been making connections with exporters. And so we won't always have the exact same stock as everybody else. I mean, We'll still have your go-to things that everybody has, but we'll have more not commonly seen and or rarer fish in the hobby is the goal.
Exactly.
Now, I know you guys are looking into potentially buying from hobbyists and stuff like that. I've heard, excuse me. For example, Dan's Fish does that, and he has a certain way that he does it. Have you guys been able to figure out how you guys are going to deal with that? Are you guys looking for specific requirements for the people that want to do business with you? What are some of the things that you guys could kind of information you guys could provide for potential people that could be sellers?
Well, a couple things that we'll do a little bit different. I mean, we want to pay a fair price for fish, and we're going to pay shipping. I mean, from the breeder to us. I've never understood, I'll pay you $2 a fish, but you have to pay shipping. And, I think we'll actually pay a little bit more than most people and take a little bit and mark the fish up a little bit less and take that, than an imported fish. But we really want to help out the community. I mean, it's why we're doing this.
Right. Sorry for the background noise. My mom is popping up to feed the chickens some treats again.
No, that's fine. Now, so it obviously when you guys get up and running and stuff like that, is there like a minimum quantity that you guys would be willing to deal with, or I guess just to kind of get people prepped as you guys prepare to do this, so that when you guys are up and running, you have that smooth transition if they want to do business with you?
It's kind of vary by species. I mean, you can't get as many blue galeras from a breeder as you can, pork chop reservoir, So, cheaper species, you need more quantity, and rarer stuff would be less quantity. I mean, it really depends on the fish and the species. But I mean, I don't want to only work with big breeders. I want to, guys who have 10 tanks in their basement and are breeding a few things. I want to be that place where they can Hey Chris, I'd really like to get rid of all these fish at one time, and it can be 50, it could be 100, it could be 300. It just really depends on the species.
Yeah. Now, do you guys have a list of the wants, like the rare stuff that you guys are kind of looking for, or anything like that?
We have a list of core fish, the fish that we'd like to be able to have in stock normally. And I mean, of course, we know that we want different hillstream loaches. Jodi loves hillstream loaches.
I do.
I'm a huge paradise fish guy, so I'm really excited to bring new paradise fish strains because no one has concentrated on that. Madaka rice fish, I'm going to be bringing in fish. We're going to be bringing in fish directly from Japan, from some of the best breeders in the world. But at the same time, we also need, the bread and butter, species. So like I said, we'll have a list, we have a big list of core species that we'd like to keep. And I would say it's probably about a third of the fish. And then about 2/3 will be, hopefully rarer fish that are harder to get. I mean, gobies, hillstream loaches, African tetras, puffers. I've worked really hard to get a good Congo supplier. I put a lot of time into it. And, those are fish that are really hard to get in the hobby, but we need to breed more of them. So, like I said, a combination of core fish and then a variety of always changing rare fish and hobbyist bred fish.
Okay. Yeah, no, the reason I ask is because it's not gonna fail. You're gonna have the one hobbyist that's got like 200 convict cichlids, and they're gonna be like, "Hey, I got these for you." That's what I was asking, is if you can kind of, if you had some wants that you guys already know that you have, and because cichlids in general, they just they breed a lot, and a lot of people have them. So it's just to kind of give an idea to somebody that could potentially be thinking, "Oh, I got all these fish I want to get rid of," but
Right.
Epistogramma, hillstream loaches, Madaka, like I said, dwarf cichlids. We're not going to really be into larger fish, especially at first. We're doing 40-gallon tanks.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely, if you can go to your pet store and, buy it any time of the year, it's going to be harder for us to buy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we really want to be a little bit different, but that doesn't exclude things like, really nicely bred live bearers and, guppies and that kind of stuff. We just want to be more on the rarer or newer color morph type side.
Okay. Yeah, and then besides the other issue that a lot of people have to deal with is the shipping side of it. Have you guys been able to get a company that's going to be able to do the mass shipping to get the discounts, or
still working on that? I've talked to all the shipping companies and the postal service. Definitely trying to figure out what the best way to go is, but we'll help hobbyist breeders, ship to us. We'll help walk them through the process if it's new to them. A lot of them already know how to ship, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we definitely want to be a friend and help in that process.
Yep.
Are you guys going to be doing like overnight shipping from product that's leaving your facility to the customer? What do you guys have? You guys established what kind of shipping services you're going to offer, or no?
We will definitely offer overnight shipping. I'm hoping that on species that are a little hardier, we can offer second day shipping, and save the customer money. But I think it's going to be species dependent. There'll be certain fish marked as what's the word I'm looking for? Fragile, more fragile in shipping. And those, we would prefer to go overnight. And so, but our hardier fish, we want to offer some cheaper shipping options also.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you guys will be shipping all over the United States, or all year round, or is that something you guys will figure out as you go?
We're gonna,
it'll be all over the U.S. But done properly.
Hawaii's a little iffy because of you have to fill out import paperwork, but I think we'll probably end up in Hawaii and Alaska also, with a little bit more of a surcharge, of course, on shipping. And but we're definitely going to do shipping by, you'll be able to fill your box up. You'll have different shipping options. And yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. And as far as all year round goes, we'll probably follow somewhat what other people do, around the holidays, pause shipping, because that's when major delays start to really happen. And as far as weather goes, you're not going to ship when it's over 100 degrees, most likely. That's just too much. Even cold packs don't save boxes at that point. So we'll be tracking weather for specific zip codes, and we will plan accordingly. It might be a delayment message of weather is really going to impact your fish. We'd rather them arrive safely. Can we ship them at a later date?
No, okay. Now I know you guys were talking about earlier about doing the quarantine process. Have you guys already kind of determined what your guys' quarantine process is going to be like, or is it kind of, obviously there might be some changes as you guys progress and you learn a little bit more, but currently right now, what would be your quarantine process that you guys are going to follow?
Minimum 2 weeks. We will have a digital microscope. My daughter's a parasitologist, and so she is going to train us on how to identify parasites, which will be really nice. We will, the Holy Trinity of medicines. I mean, that'll be a staple. And it depend. It'll depend on the fish, but it'll be a minimum of 2 weeks, and it'll be longer if necessary.
Yep.
Now, on this one, I guess are you guys going to have a overhead as far as paying for a building or a facility, or is it something that's at least at the beginning, that's not something you have to worry about?
As of right now, it's not something that we really have to worry about. I mean, there will be, electrical costs. It's on a well, so we're not paying city water, which is nice. But there will still be somewhat of a rent factor, but it won't be like you go and rent a 50 by 100 building, so 5,000 square feet. You're not stuck in a 2-year lease, and that's also why we did this.
We really want to be able to either build something or buy our own property. I mean, that's what I was originally looking to do. And we definitely, that's still the goal. Jodi and Sean coming through with this building, and the building is phenomenal. It really is. I can't even express my gratitude. I mean, it's amazing. And we'll be paying the pump in the well, and we'll be paying electricity and that kind of stuff. But we have some breathing room for those first 8 or 9 months to find where we really want to be. We're building everything, knowing that in the future we're going to be moving.
Yeah.
So it can all be easily taken down, transported, and set back up. So when we do get the opportunity to move and expand, what we'll do is we'll order the next set of tanks, build the racks for those, transfer fish, then bring everything that we currently have over. So it's a little bit more of a painless process.
I have a little catastrophe over here. I have a parrot in the wrong parrot's cage. Just keep an eye on him. You might want to. I'm sitting right next to the parrot cage, and I
guess Beto was kind of asking if, and I think you guys kind of have answered already, but if you guys planned to specialize on any species for the store, that something that you guys can be known for, or is there anything like that?
I mean, definitely hill streams and Medaka will be one of the things. But
I know what my favorite is.
Yeah, if you don't think we're going to have every hill stream that's available ever, then yeah, I knew that going in, and I love hill streams too. But we will definitely have a lot of different hill streams, and we're trying to source ones that aren't commonly seen. And of course, like I said, I really want to make the genes of the Medaka better in the United States. I want to bring in as good quality as possible. There's a company, Medaka no Yakata, which is really well known in Japan as one of the best commercial breeders because they sell on a large level. We will be their first U.S. customer. They sell to 2 Korean companies, and the rest is in Japan. And it took a long time to build that relationship, but like we definitely have be known for Medaka also.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
and like I said, paradise fish. I'm a big paradise fish head. Love killifish. We'll definitely have. Yeah, Jody's gonna have to hold me back on killifish, especially West African killifish.
Yeah, I noticed you guys have a killie for your guys' logo. Is that something that's going to continue to be, or is that just a placeholder?
It's a placeholder. We haven't decided. We're working on different options. I don't know if you've seen the shorts that I've been putting up, but they all have like 6 or 7 different logos in it. Just different ideas that we've had. So we both like it, but right now it's a placeholder. We haven't decided.
Yeah, the one thing that I was really fascinated with is, for me, I guess it's like a lot of us, Medaka rice fish are kind of the newer fish in the hobby, and for the longest time I thought they only had like the platinum style, the ones that you would see because that's the most prevalent one. But I got to go to a festival this last month. I think it was last month, and I was really surprised the variation of them. The one thing that really grabbed me was the fact that they're the equivalent of a miniature koi fish, even with the colorations they're starting to put on these. It's like
they're bred to be viewed from above. In Japan they were developed to be a container pond fish, and they're for many years, Japan just would not let any good genetics get out of the country, and U.S. breeders were struggling to get good stock. But in the last, I would say 4 or 5 years, about COVID time, there's a couple people in the U.S. starting to bring in really nice quality, and we want to bring in really nice quality, but we also want to bring in the absolute best quality. And I'm working on, and it'll be very select customers that want to spend that much on a fish. But we'd like to have options.
Yeah. Like I said, this is all new to me, but the fish that I did see at this event, and it was a small event, really, in comparison to what some of these other events that are out there. But the quality was very good. I mean, yes. I was really, really blown away. Like I said, just the color variations. I didn't realize that the fins also there's like different types of fins, different shapes. I didn't know that the dorsal fins and the anal fins were different sizes, but they've been bred to be very consistent in size, and that's very difficult to do. And so there's all these little things that now that I've kind of gone down that rabbit hole, I'm kind of looking and learning and going, oh, that's why they cost what they cost. Everything, the value on something is always going to be higher for the harder it is to breed or to do the selective breeding on it.
Yeah.
And it's very similar in Japan, just like koi fish. You have base grade, you have mid grade, you have consumer grade, you have show grade, and the prices vary. But people have options that way. You know what I mean? But yeah, the fish that are perfect and that have been line bred for so long, and they value that in Japan, and I think in the United States we're finally starting to value that in a lot more than just rice fish.
Right.
And that's what we want to help blossom. We want I love fish showing. When I was a kid, man, the AKA now, the American Killifish Association now has like 480 members. When I was a kid, it was almost 4,000 members. You know, the killifish shows used to be something that were really big. That's why I love the Clash, and I'm so excited about going this year. But that's the kind of things we want to foster in the hobby. You know, we don't want to be just your standard fish store. We have some really big plans. We want to be really heavily media driven, and we want to educate. Also, both of us love learning. Jodi's insane and gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning every morning and studies for a couple hours. I don't know how she does that, but she does. We both love learning, and we want to be able to share knowledge. You know, I don't know everything. I learn new things every single day, but I also love sharing the knowledge that I've gained 40 years in the hobby. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I hope that answered your question. I kind of got off on a tangent there.
No, that's fine. Tangents are always good in my live streams. We hardly ever stay on topic. This is the most on topic I've been in a long time, but that's because it's the business that you guys are starting up, and I want to make sure that people get to know a lot more about what you guys are doing and stuff like that. So I'm trying to focus on that. But the other thing is, I know I'm really, really excited to hear that you guys are really thinking about using social media, because I think in today's business, especially in this hobby, not taking advantage of social media would be detrimental to your business. Because it's free advertisement. You got to be able to take advantage and use that free advertisement. So I'm really happy to hear that that's something you guys are going to do. Well, what I wanted to ask, are you guys, I know right now it's the beginning stages and there's a lot of work to be done at the facility, but in your future plans, are you guys looking to travel to the event, the events within a certain mile radius of where you guys are located and be regular vendors at those events? Or are you guys strictly just staying at the facility?
We don't necessarily want to vend at all of the events. I mean, there's definitely events we would like to, but we want to go to as many events and be a part of as many events as we can. You know, it might be Jodi going sometime. It might be me going sometime. You know, both of us might be able to go sometime, but we really want to attend events and shows. We both really enjoy it, and we want to make that a big part of what we do.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a neat little idea actually my husband had is, you know, setting up at an event, having a TV monitor, computer monitor, whatever, but live stream from the facility. So if somebody comes up and says, hey, I want to see this fish, whoever's there at the time can walk down to that tank and show off that fish, you know, and then you're not actually bringing fish along, stressing them out, not having to worry about traveling home with fish for those who fly into the events or drive a very long way. I know a lot of people don't care about that, you know, getting them home from events, and it can be done. It's done a lot, but it's a lot of stress on a fish to bag them for that many days and rebag and all that. So I thought that was kind of a neat little idea that could be implemented.
Definitely.
Now, at the store, are you guys just going to be focused on fish? Are you guys going to carry a plant selection, live plants, anything like that? Any dry goods or anything like that you guys will be selling, or that'll kind of be slowly incorporated as the business progresses?
It'll definitely be incorporated. You know, and as far as plants go, I don't know at what point or if we'll get into aquarium plants. It's a possibility for down the road, but for now, we'll kind of focus on terrestrial or house plants because they're going to be a big part of the filtration system. And essentially we'd be able to sell, you know, house plants, an unbranded house plant, or we'll be maybe working with another company. Chris was out of Florida.
Yep.
Maybe getting some house plants from them, using those in the filtration system, and growing them out, and then being able to sell as we go. Selling plants will be a little bit down the road while we're getting our feet under us.
And I really love designing products. I've done a lot of that in the vaping industry, and bringing them to market. We really want to eventually sell some of our own products that we develop. We're talking way future plans, but we do have some big future plans.
Yeah. I guess Brian wants to know if you guys are going to be carrying any cichlids. Peppermint Pink Aquatic.
Depends what kind.
Yeah, it depends on what kind. We'll definitely be bringing in some really rare African cichlids. I don't know how many species, but we'll definitely be bringing in and lots of apistogramma. You know, a lot of the smaller cichlids. You know, I mean, I in the mid, I'm getting ready to get bit by a parrot. And my wife McCall hates my guts, loves her to death. What was I even talking about? I'm sorry, I almost died here.
No, about cichlids,
apistogrammas, and
Cichlids. Yeah, and you know, cichlids, they don't get huge. In late '90s to about 2010, I imported and sold monster fish, and there used to be a really big forum called Predatory Fins before there was a Predatory Fins. You know, the fish shop. There was a big forum. Then it kind of morphed into Water Wolves, and now it's, I don't remember. But yeah, that was, you know, early days of forums and stuff. And I did a lot of wheeling and dealing and selling and bringing in big giant black rom piranha. And so it was much, much later when I discovered planted tanks in my aquarium hobby, and I've just fell in love with that style, you know. So not a lot of monster fish. There's definitely some rare monster fish out there that I would order for people who wanted them, you know. But we're trying to stay with smaller fish.
Yeah, and you know, something we also have to consider is it's just 40 breeder tanks, so there is like a policy of if it doesn't sell, we have to be able to house it.
Right.
You know, that is very what's the word I'm looking for? It's not the right thing to do by the fish if you're going to jam pack a monster fish in a 40-gallon if it's not selling.
And I think a lot of monster fish get mistreated. They're just too many people get them with plans to upgrade tanks later, and then life happens and you can't upgrade to a bigger tank later, that kind of stuff. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I saw a lot of that when I was selling fish. Like there would be people I knew I shouldn't sell fish to, and I was like, how do I handle this? You know? Yeah. And I would just cancel the sale. I'm like, I don't want to sell, 5 Dovey to a kid in Michigan who's got a 55-gallon tank, So I would just, and I don't want to get in that situation again where I'm trying to police who's buying fish. I don't think that's fair to the customer. I don't think it's fair to us.
Well, but there's already businesses out there that specialize in selling monster fish.
Plenty.
So they're doing it at a like Predatory Fins. They have some huge volume tanks, and I think they're better suited to do that type of.
There's a lot of great monster fish sellers out there. I mean, Imperial Tropicals is a great company. I like Predatory Fins. I know some people don't. I've always been a good friend with Rod, and still trying to avoid the parrot. Thank you. Karen finally picked up the parrot. I'm now safe. I can go back to the regular scheduled conversation. Man, there's some really good places out there that are already selling monster fish. And Jesse brings in at Just One More Fish, brings in some amazingly rare mormonids and stuff like that. I mean, but he's not doing it on a gigantic level where he's selling, 8,000 Arapaima, to like I said, 15-year-olds. Really, that's scary.
Jesse's also set up to take care of those larger fish.
He's got big tanks. He's got the pond. He's got, so like I said, there's some really good sellers out there. And I mean, Jesse sells everything. Don't get me wrong, but he brings in
I just got some vampire fish from him.
Crazy rare monsters.
Shrimp.
Amazing stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the good thing, that there's a market for everybody. There's people that have been doing it, That's why I was curious if you guys were going to try to specialize in a niche within the hobby, to try to fill that void. It sounds like you are, especially with the rarer fish, and you do seem to have a focus that you want to specialize, like you said, on the hill stream loaches, the Medaka rice fish, because that'll be something that'll set you apart from other businesses where they're just kind of carrying a little bit of everything. Now,
Yeah.
at the same time, I've heard that could be kind of difficult too, because it kind of pigeons holes into one section, and you know, that's not the fish that's always selling, and then the pricing sometimes
Right.
becomes a little bit difficult for that too. So,
Well, I mean, I don't have a problem getting tanks for loaches, so you know, if those don't sell,
now,
darn.
I for the longest time thought there was only like two different species. It was the Borneos and the hillstream loaches. But how many variations of
a
hillstream
lot
loaches
of them are classified under Borneo loach because of location, but there's well over 200 different species, and they're broken down into several different categories. I have a lot of Soelias, and a lot of those come from Vietnam. Like I just got fry from my Soelia marmorata, and they're only found in one river in Vietnam. It's like Ming Chin or something similar to that. I cannot remember the second part of that name to save my life, but they're only found in that one location as far as we know. And then I've got several other Soelias. I have some they're called aromyazons. There's gastromyazons, pseudogastromyazons. There's parasoelias. I mean, there's so many different categories of different hill streams, and they're all actually hill streams.
And Jody's an encyclopedia of them.
I do.
Well,
right now I have 21 different species.
Yeah.
Steven's asking if you're dedicating any tanks to breeding projects, and I think you just answered that question with the
Yes.
loaches.
I will definitely have some breeding projects at the house. Jody has some awesome breeding projects at her house already.
Yeah. And I found a few more fry from my Aromyzon compactus, the Demon Eyes. I'm hoping to see fry from my B40 soon. I'm kind of bummed they haven't done it already yet. And then I have some Aromyzon Calitanias. I'm sure somebody might pronounce that differently. So if I butchered that, I apologize. But I think I'll see fry from them too. Some of them are getting nice and plump, so might be about time.
Yeah, Nancy B's asking Jody, do you plan to keep your personal fish room going along with the business?
Yes, I do.
I just toured that fish room, and it was like, oh, here's this loach. Oh, here's this loach. Oh, here's this loach. It's really cool. But she's got a lot of awesome tanks. It's not just loaches. She's got a little bit of everything going.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of browsing the comments because I know questions have come up, and I haven't been paying attention. So
I'm not paying attention either. You got me totally captivated.
I'm sure if I missed it, if you don't mind, just kind of pop it in there and I'll get it again. It says, Mexicali, will they be selling? Oh, they want to know. Brian wants to know, or Peplin Creek Aquatics.
If you guys selling shrimps and snails, no doubt about it. Shrimp and snails will be high on the list.
I did see somebody ask about vampire crabs earlier, and I don't have an answer to that one just yet.
I think that was Nick.
I keep getting videos. Like a lot of exporters have the vampire crabs right now.
Yeah.
And so they're definitely out there. But there's a lot of crazy species of crabs that are available now.
There are. And there's some real neat ones.
Somebody's asking if you consider selling the macaw.
You could have the macaw. I've worked with a parrot rescue. It's called Phoenix Landing. It's in Asheville, North Carolina. Been around for over 25 years. We just placed our 3,500th bird, 3,500 birds that we've placed. We have over 200 in foster right now. We have over 200 waiting to come into foster. It's parrots live so long, and they're a difficult animal, and people get them without doing the proper research, and then they, try to offload them. There are so many good parrots out there. There's just not a lot of good parrot people. There's not a lot of good parrot people to take care of them. But this bird right here, I would give to anybody in the chat. Wouldn't even think twice about it. Karen might cry, and I love birds, but that bird, it terrorizes me. Sorry, I got a little carried away there, but that's true.
Bidding starts at $0.
Yeah, he's a great bird, and he's slowly building trust with me. His owner died. He had a few bad couple months where he learned to distrust men, and so he's loved Karen. And we've only had him for what, 8 months, maybe? Yeah, like 7 or 8 months, and we're slowly building trust. But loves Karen. Karen could do anything with it, but if I'm not careful, I get surprise attacks.
Well, he's jealous of you.
So jealous of. Definitely. Like, I'm not allowed to be close to her.
Yeah.
But still an awesome bird.
I guess Peplin wants to know if you guys are making your own shipping boxes, or are you guys buying that stuff pre-made?
We will be starting with pre-made boxes. We'll look into getting our own printed made boxes and that kind of stuff in the future. But we'll definitely start with just purchased packaging.
Excuse me for a second. I gotta let my dogs inside.
Oh shoot!
You dog trying to eat your leg.
Sorry, I'm trying to. I was supposed to moderate somebody, and I think I took somebody else's moderation instead of adding them. I removed it. So let me fix that real quick. I know Kelly Zenny is the other one that I need to moderate. Let's see.
Kelly Foreman is nothing but trouble. Make sure you don't give her a wrench. That Kelly Foreman lady.
Oh,
wow.
Let's see. I think I have Kelly. Let's see. Okay, South Bay Sapphires. And Zenny. Zenny hasn't typed yet again. So, yeah. Thanks for pointing that out. No, well, it's not. My wrenches are not necessarily assigned for people to moderate. I don't expect that. I can do my own moderating. What it is, it gives you the ability to click on any person's name that you see in the chat and see if they have a channel. Go check them out. It just makes it easier to find other channels that are out there.
There's no reason it should be for mods only. YouTube should allow that. I mean, it just makes sense.
Well, Jeff is only green now, so I think you might have taken Jeff's.
Yeah, I think it was Jeff's. Maybe I should leave it like that, though. That's probably not a bad thing. Sorry, Jeff. But yeah, no. But that's something that I learned from Father Fish. He's the first person that I ever saw him do that. And I thought it was a great idea because it allows you to create community. It allows you to go find, if you see somebody that's in there and go, oh, let's see if they have a channel where they're posting content. It just makes it so easy to go check it out. And the other thing is especially in my case, because I tend to follow a lot of the smaller channels that are beginning. You can't find them if you're not able to click directly to their link. Because they'll be buried in the, you'll type it in the search, but because their channels are so small, you won't be able to find it. You'll get a list of all these other channels before you ever find the one you're actually looking for.
Yeah.
Cause a problem with the fat fingers. Yeah, I know. I do that all the time.
Karen is over there laughing really hard. I don't know what she put in chat, but I'm scared to find out. Oh, RJ did it. Okay, RJ. I'm looking now, buddy.
Yeah, there again. For the people that joined us a little bit after this was commented, you guys, your launch date is tentatively after the Clash. Correct?
After the Clash, so we're hoping for late October to actually be selling. But it'll be quarantine dependent. So we'll have a website going by then. We'll have fish here. I just don't know if at that point they'll be ready to sell. It'll just be quarantine at that point.
Oh, okay.
Right. So yeah, I'm shooting for. I mean, I would be happy. Last week of October would be awesome if we
It
could start
would.
putting some stock on the site.
Yeah.
Now for the buying of the fish and stuff like, do you guys have a good sized airport that you guys going to be able to go and pick them up, or are they having them delivered straight to the site?
No,
Boy, it'd be nice to be delivered straight to the site, but there's an international airport about an hour and a half away. I know we've also looked at a couple others that are a little bit farther.
we'll
but,
be using some transshippers in LA. We got some transshippers on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to do a lot of our own importing into Chicago, which is like it's a distance. What is it, 7.5 hours, I think?
Oh wow.
And but still would be worth it to be able to direct import certain things, because
Yeah.
when you start talking transshippers, they charge you, a fee to do the paperwork and picking up the fish and that kind of stuff. Then you pay another fee for them to be rebagged, and then you pay for them to be shipped to you. So we would love to be able to do, once a month trip or so to Chicago. And we'll be doing a lot more than once a month trips, probably to Omaha, Nebraska, where the big airport's at.
Yeah.
And Sioux City has a decent sized airport. It just everything goes through Chicago. So
And there are flights from Chicago to Sioux City.
Right.
But because Sioux City, I mean, relatively is a small airport compared to most, they are more expensive, which is unfortunate because that's only 2 miles from here.
Now, once you guys get up and running, will you guys be allowing people to come and check out the shop, or is that going to be close to the public? Can locals come
It'll
and
be
purchase
for
them?
right now close to the public.
Okay.
Eventually, I'm sure we could do like an appointment only type situation while it's just the warehouse portion with online only. I mean, we'll still have, if somebody's local, they want to do a local pickup, we'll do that. But there's been talks of later down the road adding a retail store where we can host club meetings and get a community going here too.
yeah.
Is there currently an active club around your area there, or you guys
Nope.
what's the closest fish club?
The closest fish club that's active is in Grand Island, Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
There technically is one in Omaha, but they don't really do anything anymore. So
And
I consider that inactive.
How far is Minneapolis? Like 4 hours?
4 hours.
Yeah,
And
they have
Minneapolis has a pretty large fish keeping community up there with a lot of stores. And there's actually one up there. I cannot remember the name of it right now, but we stopped in there last August. And it was set up really nice where it's almost like you're in a home with fish tanks. There's seating in places where you can hang out, enjoy the tanks. You don't feel rushed to get in, get your fish, and go. If we have a retail store, I want it to feel like that, where you're welcome. You don't have to go. And if you've got a tag along Tiffany with you, there'll be a spot for her too.
I've never been to a pet store like that. I would love it. Like,
Yeah, it was
like
very
a coffee
nice.
shop kind of atmosphere, but a pet store.
Yeah, I mean, it really did feel like you were invited into a very comfortable setting. It's not super bright lights. The tanks are well lit and shown off, and every tank in that fish store was a, planted or even escaped tank. So everything was beautiful. And a lot of the plants make those fish more comfortable, and they just show themselves off so much better.
Yeah.
I have a pet smart 3 miles from my house, and then my nearest real fish store is an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
So but there's I have big clubs in Virginia Beach and Norfolk, and then big clubs in Raleigh. And so I like I've attended a bunch of meetings in both places.
So
Kelly, we can
get-
accommodate a just along for the ride Jake too.
Oh.
Don can keep him busy.
But I would love to start some type of fish club in the local area. Nothing would make me happier.
Yeah.
Well, there's quite a few you guys in close proximity. I mean, you could the same group that went to Brian and Roxy's. I mean, there's what, 20 of you guys there?
Yeah.
That looked like a lot of fun.
We're almost a halfway point for some people.
Yeah. I've kind of been going back and forth with Skull Aquatics because I guess there's a big fish event that's happening in Lexington next year.
I think I've heard about that.
But I didn't know about Quad City Swap, and he was talking to me about that yesterday. I heard it, and Mike mentioned it that it's happening in April, and then Curtis was real quick to point out, wow, so and so is within close proximity. You might be able to meet so and so. That's the whole idea to me to go to any of these events. I'm going to be honest with you. I could care less about the fish they're selling or the fish that are there. I'm not going for that. What I'm going there is for the interaction with the people that I've come to know over the course of the time that I've been doing this, and to be able to get finally a face-to-face with them, hang out. For me, it's all about the hang, and the event is kind of the excuse where everybody comes together and meet. That's what to me, the Clash, that's the whole appeal of the Clash. I could care less if they have an auction. I could care less if what they're selling. That to me is pointless. It's just the excuse to gather all these people together and be able to hang out.
Right.
So,
I mean, that's what makes the class so special is it's a big, giant community event, and it's more about getting together and meeting people that you've talked to. And the fish show and the sell is kind of an afterthought, but an awesome afterthought. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And my whole idea is if I'm going to take a road trip like that, I want to make sure, like, I definitely want to stop at Curtis's place because I want to be able to look at his fish room. And then Curtis goes, well, maybe you can talk Jodi into letting you film her fish room on the way back. So now that he's kind of planted that seed, I'm kind of, working these plans in my mind and going, wow, if I go there, I got to find out who else is in that area because I got to take advantage of the fact that I'm going to be in close proximity because who knows when I'll get back to that area again. So But
there'd be Mike and Curtis. Then there's Cheryl and Ryan that aren't that far from Mike and Curtis. Then I'm 4 hours north of Cheryl. There's Mike, All Things Fish is in Sioux City.
Okay.
And then Liquid Zoo, Matt, the one that takes care of Fish Fam Link along with Jenna and I think Annette and Steven and so he lives here too, only about 15 minutes away. And maybe you'll get to be the second person to meet him in person.
Oh, cool. Well,
I still think he's AI. I don't believe he's real.
No, he's real. I can tell you his dogs got completely soaked here the last time they came over.
Hey, Jorge,
but they were so happy to run.
Yeah. What's that?
Can you drop me out for just a second?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
There you go. Well, we're actually almost kind of getting to the point where we might start wrapping it up. Okay. I'll wait for Chris to come back and then we'll say our goodbyes. But is there something that you haven't been able to talk about that you haven't been asked or that you want people to know that you might want to, take this opportunity and kind of tell people about the business?
So I know Nick in my tanks earlier asked if we had talked about the filtration system, and we have not yet. So being on a well, that is a lot of water for one well to handle without having to drill a second. And at this point, we could not drill a second. So we started researching and finding other ways to do it instead of bringing in well water daily to the tune of 3,000 or more gallons a day. We'll have our tanks will all drain into one central we'll just call it like a collection tank. So everything will drain into that. From there, a settling chamber. That's the word I was looking for. So it'll be one long settling chamber. It'll go from there into a carbon filter to remove any medications that may have been used in that tank. From there, it'll go to a UV filter to clean the water, keeping, virus, bacteria, parasites, maybe, from entering into the aquaponics system. So the aquaponics system consists of 3 beds. It will be houseplants like pothos and, any low light or indirect light houseplant will be great there. Then from there, it'll go into an algae scrubber to further remove any nitrates if there's any left over. And from there, it'll be pumped through another UV filter to catch anything the first one might have missed. And we still have to do a little testing to find out if we'll need a second carbon filter or not. But we will be putting clean water back in the tanks. So from that last UV filter, it'll go back to the tanks.
Have you ever seen Goliath Farms, their videos, how they run their filtration system?
Yeah.
It sounds like very
actually.
similar to that.
It's very similar.
Yeah, he's done it on a huge scale for many, many years.
Yes. And
To be
he's
able
been
to
very
recirculate
successful.
the same water. And I think that's brilliant because, one of the things that I do look at as especially us hobbyists, how much water we really do waste. It's every time you do a big, massive water change. Some people do take advantage and they'll water their plants and stuff like that. But you start getting into some of the bigger tanks, there's only so many plants you're going to be able to water with that.
We're looking at 6,000 gallons a day.
Yeah.
We're wasting 6,000 gallons a day if we don't reuse any water.
Yeah. So we'll still have top offs, to account for evaporation and such, but so it'll still get new water, just not to the tune of that many gallons.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's really smart to try to recapture that same water and try to run it more than once through there. Probably multiple times if the filtration works out correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris, like I said, we're going to there'll be a lot of testing.
Yeah.
A lot of testing.
Yeah. Yep. We want to make sure that we're not letting any medications through, that we're keeping the ammonia and nitrite levels down, keeping nitrate levels under a certain number. We'll also want to make sure that medications don't end up back in the system. And if they do, then we would look at a second carbon filter and we'd know we'd need more filtration. And this can be upscaled over time too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Smiley. I think Smiley just gifted 5 more memberships. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you, Fathom Aquatics, for the same, for those memberships that you guys paid for. I really do appreciate that. The only downside of that is that my memberships you're basically just throwing money away because I don't do anything exclusively for my members only. I did once and I felt bad and I ended up making it public. So I'm pretty bad at doing anything with memberships. I've contemplated the idea of just getting rid of them because I don't do anything extra. I don't know. If
people want to support your channel, it's a good way to do it.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a big promoter of all that stuff, just because here's the other thing too, though. It gets real difficult because we all want to support everybody.
Right.
And even at the lower end of it, if you're supporting 5, 10, 20 channels, you're talking, easily, $30, $50, $100 that you're paying for to support everybody. So that's one of the reasons
why we like supporting you is because you're here doing this for everyone else.
Well, it's fun. I really enjoy it. And again, it's I'm not gonna lie, it is self-serving. And the reason I say that is because it's nice to feel good. You know what I mean? It's nice to feel good about something that you do and it works out well. I remember when I was starting my channel and I was starting to do all this, a lot of people extended their hand to me and allowed me to come on a live stream and be able to kind of introduce myself. And that was a big motivating factor and a big help also because when you're starting off, you're scrounging for all the subs you can get, and just so that YouTube starts putting your content out there. And I still remember to this date how beneficial that was from when I was starting out. So I've always been a true believer in paying things forward, and it feels nice to do nice things. So it's just that's why I say it's self-serving.
It
Because
does.
at the end of the day, I like feeling good about myself. So that's why I do
We
it.
all do.
Yeah, right.
Cinnamon girl is still green.
Oh, yeah, we can take care of that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, I've already taken up an hour of your guys' time.
It's
I know it's
been
getting
fun.
kind of late, and it's a weeknight, and I just wanted to thank you guys for accepting the invitation. I was really surprised when
absolutely.
Chris mentioned it, that he actually went. Oh, hey, Zen, 2 years now, huh? All right. Well, Zen is another one that supports a lot of people in this community.
Everybody.
I was watching. Was it on Stephen P's? She's almost been a member there for 7 years, or was it 5 years or something like that? To the point where I don't think there's a badge for her new sponsorship, I guess, or something like that. I was listening to, but yeah, no, thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. I know I don't do. Oh, Jeff just did 20 memberships. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here
but I
before
can't from here.
I'm gonna get off before they start dropping more of those. So, like I said, it makes me feel weird. Like I said, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody that came and supported you guys, because they're really here for you. I
appreciate it.
It's really nice to see them coming out, supporting you guys. I know you guys have been getting well wishing from everybody. We all want to see you guys succeed. And the other thing is, we kind of get to live through you guys. This venture is something that we all have in the back of our minds that we want to do, and it's really exciting to see somebody else being able to actually do it. And so it's just really nice to have you guys share this with us and bring us along for the ride. So
Jorge, it's been a pleasure, man. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, well, no, my pleasure has been all mine, because I get to talk to you guys. I get to meet all of you guys. And let's get out of here, because there's giving me too much.
All right.
Well, I just
want
to say thank you to everybody for coming tonight. It means the world to have your support. So thank you all. Thank you, Jorge, for having us on. And
anytime you guys want to come back on, any new changes, anything that's happening that you guys want to let people know about, you guys are more than welcome.
Absolutely.
Just let me know and we'll make it happen.
I appreciate
that. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a great night.
You too.
You too.